All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and citizens of Utah. It's Pastor Dowell. We're up here today working on a block building. And this is what we call the education building. Now, I'll be the first to tell you that using split face block, and that's what this is. You see that? That's called split face block. So the brothers are actually learning pretty fast, and they're getting a good baptism. But when you're laying a building and you're having to use these type of blocks, split face blocks, this is not the actual ideal building that you would actually teach someone to learn how to do block on. And the reason being is because you have to run the line that you lay the blocks to the inside as well as to the outside, because you won't have anything plumb right here. See that wall? Now, what I've done is build up a couple of corners here, and Brother Scott and the brothers and Brother Brett and them, they're going to be running a few of these courses, which they're doing a pretty good job. What the young men are doing, and they are learning how to lay blocks as well. What Gabriel is doing now is he's going through and knocking off some of the hard divots that was overlooked and left over. Ariel is doing the actual striking of the blocks to make sure that they have a good seal. And they're going to be mixing mud up here pretty soon. Could have got a little bit more done today if I didn't fall off the trailer, but hey, it's neither here nor say. But it's actually hey, this is good weather today, though, isn't it?
It is. It's pretty cool.
Good block land weather right here.
Got a good shade area around here.
Good what?
Block down here.
Good shade area. All right. Hey, Brother Britt, hold this for a second while I try to explain something.
Yes, sir.
To the people. Turn it around. All right. This is what you call a split face block, and it has a very rough texture on the outside. And each one of these blocks is kind of like picking up a corner block to a regular block, because to a regular corner. This is a regular corner block. You see, normal. And on this building, we'll use these blocks for the bottom to make sure we start the courses square, and we'll use it at the top when we're getting ready to do the roof, in order to make sure that we have the soffit, something solid to join to. So we won't use it on the top because you won't see it, but we have to have something to square to be able to square the building with. I like these blocks right here. They cost a little more because of the texture. It gives it so that number one, the building is solid. And then number two, it gives this nice texture right here on the outside of the building that you wouldn't have to use any type of facing. And that's the reason why that I prefer these blocks over a traditional regular block building. Do we have buildings that we've laid in traditional block buildings with the regular sides on this side as well as this side? Yes, we do. But these blocks are heavier, a little bit more porous, meaning this block right here would actually keep more water and moisture out as opposed to this one right here. But if you sit it, you'll be fine. But the one thing about block building, concrete buildings, especially the reason why you see us here straightway in the ministry of straightway, no matter where we go, laying buildings, one reason why we use concrete is because concrete, it lasts for an extremely long time. If you ever go out into the old cities and old townships, you'll notice that the majority of all those buildings are built out of block buildings, and they'll have brick facing. A lot of times people will actually build a block building and use a brick facing for vanity purposes, but you can't do that with this one. So another reason why I like and prefer block buildings over brick buildings is because it's a load-bearing building. That means you can build your roof, or you can actually go up another story if you wanted to on this particular building. Whereas with a brick building, it's usually what they would call stick frame with traditional 2x4 or 2x6 framing. And then watch this, you have to put sheetrock on the inside, insulation on the inside, and then you have to put some type of vinyl siding or some type of T111 or facing on the outside. And you can see that the expense greatly goes up. And the reason why people would prefer the traditional type homes with vinyl siding or some type of facing on it, and include it, is because it's easier to put up as construction goes. It's less taxing on the body. Concrete and block is very hard work, but this is the stronger building by far. By far, this is a stronger building. There's a reason why they build basements out of concrete or out of blocks. Also on a traditional home that has brick facing. It's not a load bearing, it's just there for vanity purposes and looks. It is framed traditionally with stick framing, what they will commonly call a 2x4 framing. But with the 2x4 framing, the brick building is actually tied to the actual stick frame building, the 2x4 itself, the same they would do here. If we were going to face this building with brick, we would have tabs that we would place in between these courses in order to, when we lay the bricks, to tie the building or tie the brick to the building so that it would continually to stay with the building. We don't too much deal with brick too much around here at all, any buildings that we do, because we come to find out this is a more sturdy building, a better building, it's load bearing, and it's actually cheaper in cost, and it lasts longer. If I knew about these split face buildings or these particular blocks a long time ago, I probably would have done every building out here at Straightway as well as in other places the same way. I would have probably on the community used them because I just like the way that the texture of it looks. What's your personal opinion, Brother Brent, about the split face as opposed to the traditional 8-inch runner block? I mean 16-inch runner blocks.
It looks a lot nicer. It has a more professional look to it. That's about it. Once you paint it, you don't really have to put the texture to it.
Right.
It's, you know, it's solid. They just weigh a lot more.
It does, don't they?
So
they do weigh a lot more. And that's the reason why we prefer them. But not only that, if you're tactical, you think about it. Small arms fire, you know, like our small arms, I'll give you an example, small arms fire. And of course, anytime you use carry around without ball, a small arm fire, traditional handgun, their fire would not penetrate and go through a block building. But if you have a traditional home, such as a vinyl siding with OSB, 2x4s and stuff, unless it hits the 2x4 solid stuff, the bullets are going to fly through the house. The bullets are going to fly through the house. So for a tactical advantage or something more secure, concrete is always a good option. So, you know, when you really start thinking about things, there are benefits to when you start going the other way, or the way we call the heavy way or the hard way, because there's a lot more involved. But it is taxing on the body. It's a whole lot more strenuous, but the rewards of the building is a lifetime not only your lifetime, but maybe your children's lifetime. So anyway, I hope we said enough to be able to encourage you. The brothers are going to get back to building. Hallelujah. So what, hey, by the way, before we cut this off, with my explanations, I just got finished explaining. What did y'all two learn?
Definitely strength and longevity.
You got persevere. It's real tedious. You gotta be what is it? Attention to detail.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention to it. The level, if it's close to the line. You just gotta have a sound mind when doing these kind of things. With any aspect of building, construction, carpentry, laying block. If you're mechanically inclined, it's something that you could usually adapt in every other aspect. You can build, you can lay carpentry, you can do block. It's something that, once you have that mindset, you can do it.
And remember, always in building, slow is fast. Yeah. Slow is fast. You learn how to do it right, slow, and then you'll end up gaining speed and end up becoming faster. All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom.